ever wondered if God requires everybody to worship him? We have a whole world where many people get up on Sunday morning and go to their respective places of worship on a regular basis. What is that all about? Why is it so important for so many to be in church on Sunday morning? Do you really think that God will be all that upset if you didn't go? Wouldn't he be okay with you going every now and then rather than spending the only day you have off from work sitting in a church house? Those are really good questions. Unfortunately, many are unable to articulate a reasonable answer for a person who may be genuinely struggling with that question. Is worship that important? And if so, why? When a person understands the message of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the answer becomes clear. The gospel message is the story of the life and the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. If it's true that God loved man so much that he gave his only begotten Son to come to this earth to live and die for the sins of man, it must suggest that the human race is of major importance to God. But even if we are that important to God, why was it necessary for God to do all that just to let us know how important we are? There are many things that can destroy our hope of life and future happiness. Bad eating habits can destroy our health and ultimately our life and happiness. Bad behavior, such as criminal activity, can do the same. Any loving parent will go out of their way and exert much of their resources to protect their children from either of those dangers. In return, the parent expects their children to follow their rules and love them in return. Why should it be any different with God? My sin, your sin or misbehavior places you and me in a very dangerous place. That places a risk to our safety, health, and future happiness. God sent his Son to this earth to pay the debt we owe because of the damage sin has caused in our lives. In turn, he asked us to follow his rules and love him in return. One such rule is stated in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together after the manner of some is. It is true that God expects us to come together and to worship him because it's one of the rules. But what's even more important is that we understand that our love for him should compel us to come to worship because he has been so good to us, and this is one way of saying thank you. King David, out of a deep gratitude for God's love, stated in Psalms 122:1, I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. There is a true joy, not only in coming to a place of worship for God, but being able to be around others who feel the same way and love God with all their soul, strength, and heart. What about you? How much do you love the Lord? Why would you want to miss the opportunity to worship with others of like faith? For help with your spiritual walk with God and other messages from God's Word, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and contact us at the Bessemer 24th Street Church of Christ, where Christ is King and faith works.